just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become. The nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within. It's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I'm gonna lose control. It's something radical. I must confess that I feel like a monster.
White flag waves. Come on, Dino, bring it home. Dino can hear him yelling. He sees the checkered flag waving. He gets it done.
Works his way off turn number 4. Down here across the stripe. Jack hit. Will get your win.
Clevenger wins at the Lanier National Speedway. Checkered flag wave. Give it to Putt Putt.
Final lap. Here we go. Drag race down the backstretch. Who's it going to be? They're so tight coming here off the lead. And it's going to be, holy crap, it's going to be Chris Thompson. Dean Reynolds down here through 3 and 4. Coming up off. Looking good and clean. He will get the win here at Lernerville. Patrick Spangler working off of 4. He will get your win here tonight at Lanier. That 280 and Jeff Sharp trying to close in on the 72.
Get there, checkered flag wave. William Watson holds on.
Driver, stop those engines. Let's hear that roaring sound. Rolling off the pit road. Tires grip the ground. Flames of freedom burning in the blazing sun. On FFTV, on the pole, the race has just begun. Feel the thrill ignite. Adrenaline so high. Gears shift faster than lightning. We're ready to fly. Engines roll, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags. Dodging wrecks and cautions, keep those eyes open wide. No time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul. Start your heart, start the show. FFTV on the pole. Twist and turn, feel the burn, the tension's in the air. Slick grooves and sudden moves, danger everywhere. Break road or splash like fireflies in a summer night. Avoid those wrecks, keep it steady, hold your line tight. Pushing limits, racing fast, no room for doubt. Every second's pump and pulse, the crowds are shout. Engines roar, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll.
All right, folks, we're getting ready here. Qualifying takes place for your GT, for GT Drywall Services. Pro Lake Ball.
Open wide, no time to lag. Yeah, we own that soul. Start your heart, start the show. FFTV on the pole. Neon lights and roaring crowds, fire in our veins. Speed addiction, racing passion, breaking every chain. Hold tight, the finish line is burning right ahead. When the flag waves, victory lane, all fears we shed. Engines roar, hearts soar, FFTV on the pole. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. Burning rubber, burning hot, lose control, lose control. From the pits to checkered flags. Dodge
All right, folks, we're ready to rock and roll here. You're qualifying, finishing up here. William Watson out there getting that pole with a 13.905. Zach Chapman, as you just heard from him there on the previous races there for the big block modifieds here tonight. Yeah, from Shaggy TV, he's sitting there. Now we're going to figure out here in just a moment. But grid here for heat number 1. Heat number 1 here of your Pro Late models tonight. It's going to be starting out there on pole, Zach Chapman in the number 72. So there's where Zach ended up, Mr. Shaggy TV himself. Jeff Sharp out there on the second position there on the front row. Row number 2 on that inside lane out of Canada, the 17 of Shane Billings will start third. William Watson for Full Throttle Motorsports starts fourth here tonight in the number 23. Pat Boyce in the number 41 will start there in fifth with Scott Riome in sixth tonight, driving that number 4 machine with Gary Budzine there in the 177 for GB Restoration and Repair, starting in seventh to round out your Heat 1 grid. They'll come around here now off the corner. Everybody's eager to go. They headed on out. There you saw the pace car pull off. They're in turn 2. They're heading down the back straightaway. Shane Billings there third. You got Jeff Sharp there in second outside of Zach Chapman. Chapman's shown before earlier on in the season that he can hang on here to the lead if he can get it early. He gets out there and do a great jump there down here in the corner number 1. Billings almost finding that infield tire as the 28 there of Jeff Sharp at 280 of Jeff Sharp got a great run there off of 2. Now they're going to go 3 wide almost coming off turn 4 as they work now down through turn 1 and 2. Billings now there in the 4. Sharp ends up in second as Chapman had a great run. Got around him there. And now they'll stack up there coming out of turn 4. Billings in 4th. Watson there in third. And you see Watson trying to work underneath the Sharp. Can't quite get there. Zach Chapman, Mr. Shaggy TV, out there in the front right now. Right in front of Sharp. Watson there in a third. He tries to work his way up through the field, but that is tough to do, as you've been hearing from Shaggy say all night long. Especially with those big blocks. These are even tougher, I feel, as they work their off turn 4. Watson up to third, but can't seem to get up anymore. 4 laps to go. They're 3 wide. Coming off turn 2. Watson gets a good grip there. He's going to try to work it underneath there. They come off the corner. Billings is there, almost looking at the inside door. Could not quite get there. The 72 now of Chapman. We're still working on that high side, but below him is Watson. Watson ends up 3 wide with Billings underneath. Working through turn 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Budzine is out of this one. Not taking the grid. As you watch him roll there now. Out of corner number 4. Down the front straightaway. One more time around for Zach Chapman. And he's up there in that pole position to try to start on the pole here in the feature. As we see Sharp dive to the inside. Going to try to drag race him there off the corner. Watson is there as well. And it's going to be Shaggy TV, Zach Chapman getting the win here in Heat Race number 1 for the GG Drywall Services Pro Late Models Heat Race number 1. Well, here is your Heat 1 results. Gonna be Zach Chapman getting that win. Jeff Sharp, William Watson third, Shane Billings there in fourth. Scott Riome there in fifth. Pat Boyce sixth. Gary Budzine in seventh. Rolling out here now for Heat number 2. Here is your starting grid. Ryan Elsey out there starting on pole for JWR Motorsports in the 027. Sam Bachman for Full Throttle Motorsports, the 007, starting in second. Row number 2 on that inside line, the 16 for Tessier Mechanical. Matt Barber starts third to his outside, and the number 27, Sean Green, starting 4th. Row number 3 on that inside line, Jeff Barker for Can-Am Racing in the 513. Starts 5th tonight, and Clay Christopherson in the 051 starts 6th. And I'm not seeing Christopherson on the grid as of yet, so he may not be taking the grid. We will see here in just a moment if he does choose to take the grid. And now down here off turn number 1 and 2 they go. Down that back straightaway. One more time around here, and then we'll get underway here for heat number 2. 8 laps of distance. Sam Bachman, Ryan Elsey, your front row. Matt Barber and Sean Green there in your second row. As Jeff Barker rounds out the field back here in 5th. Pace car rolls off there in turn number 2. As they'll work on down here off the back straightaway here through turn 3 and 4. Waiting for that green flag to wave as they work here off turn 4. 5 drivers here in heat number 2. They get after it. Dust flying here into turn 1 as up on that outside lane. Sam Bachman getting an excellent run on that outside line. Now he works there through 3 and 4. Ryan Elsey falls back into second. Here comes Sean Green in that 27, trying to work his way up there towards the front. Matt Barber falling back there into the clutches of Jeff Barker. And then 3 wide, coming there off turn number 2, 7 laps to go. Here in heat number 2 for the GG Drywall Services Pro Late Model. Working there off the corner up there in front. Bachman just running away with it right now. Matt Barber down there on the inside of Green as they go down here toe-to-toe for turn 3 and 4. Green, your fastest driver here in this heat race. It's where he qualified, but Barber is still hanging on to that 3rd spot. Trying to get up there to battle with Green. Green wanting to chase down that man up front. Sam Bachman. Down through turn 1 and 2, 4 laps to go. Matt Barber there in 3rd. Ryan Elsey there for it. Jeff Barker sitting there in 5th tonight, and they keep working there off. And I think that might be giving us a small issue. Oh, now, come on now. Come back here. There we go. Not sure what happened there. That probably helps. They work there now. Off turn 3 and 4. Sam Bachman out front. Matt Barber there in 3rd. Sean Green there in 2nd. Now they work down that back straightaway with Sean Green, as we said. 2nd, trying to chase down Sam Bachman. I don't think he'll be able to do it, though, as they come across. White flag in the air for Sam Bachman for heat number 2 as he works down that back stretch for a final time. Here for heat number 2, Sean Green there in 2nd. Barber 3rd as they work off turn 4. Here he comes. Sam Bachman, your winner here in heat number 2. Sean Green there in 2nd. We'll get your results here in just a moment for heat number 2. Heat number 2 results. Here we go. Sam Bachman getting that win. Sean Green in 2nd. Matt Barber there in 3rd. Ryan Elsey 4th. Jeff Barker 5th. Clay Christopherson there 6th, which means that's going to put Sam Bachman on the outside of Zach Chapman to start this feature. So we should be in for a great run here tonight. We'll be back after this short message from our sponsors.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
back here from the speedway as warm-up finish up. We're getting ready for your heat racing, or for your main event here. 30 laps the distance, I believe, as they come here to get onto the grid. See exactly how it plays out. Here is your grid here for tonight. Starting out there in row number 1 on the pole, Zach Chapman for Gambler Motorsports. To his outside, FTM 007, Sam Bachman. In row number 2 on an inside line, Thunder Ridge Racing number 280 of Jeff Sharp starts third. With Sean Green driving at number 27. Starting fourth. Row number 3, stay inside. Full Throttle Motorsports number 23, carried by William Watson, starts fifth. To his outside, Tessier Mechanical, the 16 at Matt Barber. Row number 4 to that inside line, the Canadian Shane Billings driving the number 17, will start 7th with KWR Motorsports, number 027, driven by Ryan Elsie, start there in 8th. Scott Rio for Full Throttle Motorsports driving the number 4, starts 9th tonight, Can-Am Racing team member. Jeff Barker driving a 513 will start 10th. Row number 6, that inside line, the 41 up Pat Boyd. There was 11th tonight to start tonight's feature. Blake Starkson in the 051. Starting there in 12. And then here is 13, Gary McLean from CB Restoration and Repair. In the 177, starting 13. Oh, we're going to get them down and away here. Looks like McLean did not take this grid. Blake Starkson did not run the heat race, so he's going to start back here at the back.
Speed addiction, racing passion, breaking every chain.
Down there now, off up to Zach Chapman, your control car on that pole position. For Gambler Motorsports, it's going to be tough here coming off of 4, especially with that man Sam Bachman to his outside. They're down and away. Bachman had a great run on the outside in his heat, but Chapman gets a great jump there on the inside, gets it slid up there in front of Bachman. Does take that outside line away. Here comes Jeff Sharp down there on the inside. What a race we got going. Watson a little bit in the whirling way of things there, coming out of turn 3 and 4. 3 wide there. Oh boy. Barber now works his way up through the middle underneath the Billings now. As Bachman still hangs on to second place. Sharp works underneath the Sam Green. Sam Green on that high side. Bachman taking a shot there underneath Chapman as it works down that back straightaway. Here with 28 laps to go, he's going to slide up. Chapman's going to undercut. Down there off of 4, across the line. Here into turn number 1 and 2. Bachman now, he'll try the undercut here, coming there off turn number 2. Can't quite make it stick, and now he'll try to get back up there to speed on that high side through 3 and 4. Jeff Sharp there in 4. Shane Billings 5th. Matt Barber 6th. Blake Starkson already up in the 7th spot after starting in the back. Scott Rione back here in 8th. Ryan Elsie in 9th. Pat Boyce in 10th. And they work there off the front straight away, working on down through. Take a look here, see if I can get the points to come up for us here for the Pro Late models of this Thursday Night Thunder. And it looks like it's going to be Jeff Sharp there out front of that. And Jeff Sharp currently sitting 4th here tonight. Jeff Sharp leads the points with 386 behind him, and Dean Reynolds. And Reynolds, I don't see Reynolds running here in the late models tonight. And Ryan Elsie's 3rd, and Elsie's back here in 9th. Driving that number 27, and Chapman just hanging on to what he can out there in front. Bachman now has company from Green as they work there now off turn number 2 down that back straightaway. 22 laps to go. Chapman hangs on to the lead up there on that outside line. Now it looks to be that's where you want to be with these late models tonight, up there on that outside. They work down that back straightaway once again. Through 3 and 4, Bachman just doing everything he can to hang on to 2nd as Green is right there, waiting for his chance to strike. Bachman trying to see if there's anything on the bottom left. So we're down through that back straightaway here through 3 and 4. Sean Green there in third. Okay, keep rolling it out there. You watch Jeff Sharp in, of course, Shane Billings back here, fifth. Chris Dobson up here into 7th. Now he works underneath a Barber, getting a great run there. Sliding it on up. Barber's going to undercut there off of 4. 18 laps to go as you're watching the battle there between 6th and 7th between Barber and Chris Darvison as Chris Darvison gets another run at it here in turn number 4. Going to slide it up. Barber's going to cut underneath as they work there off turn 4. Going to hang on to that 6th spot as he now tries to slide it up there in front of Chris Darvison. And will do just that. Now Chris Darvison's going to hang here underneath him just a little bit there through turn 3 and 4. Bachman still hanging on to 2nd now as he got away from Green a little bit and was able to get back into a groove to try to get up to Chapman. Chapman, as you see, out there in the front. Bachman seeing what is available on the bottom of this speedway right now. Up there on the top side through 3 and 4. He's trying to bottom through 1 and 2. And he might be making up a little bit of ground down there on that inside lane through turn 1 and 2. Not much, but he's making up some. He's about a half second back off of Zach Chapman right now. And closes in there a little bit there through turn 3 and 4. We'll see if he gets any of that back here through 1 and 2. No, he's just kind of hovering there about a half a second back off of Chapman as they work through turn 3 and 4. Chapman up a little too high. That's going to allow Bachman to close in on him. Down there to the inside. Chapman had a great run going out there in front until he got up there into that fluff stop way up there at the top, but he does it again. That's going to allow Chapman or Bachman to close in. Chapman's trying to run that real sketchy line up there at the top. But he's got to make sure he doesn't go over on that top side, which he did a couple times there through turn 3 and 4. There's a much better turn 3 and 4 for Chapman. He tries to pull away from Bachman, but Bachman dives down. He's going to slide it up there. Chapman's going to undercut. Coming there now off turn 2. Back up there on the top side. For Chapman, protecting that slider. Off turn 4. Bachman's right there. Bachman, once again, diving into corner number 1. Almost catching that infield tire, but almost doesn't count it. As they work down here through 3 and 4. Here comes Chapman going to slide it up once again. And Bachman going to try to work off the corner, down back in the corner 1 and 2. Slide jobs back and forth here between Bachman and Chapman here tonight as they work here into 3 and 4 once again. Bachman down there on the low side. Sliding it on up, got that slider line running. Now as Bachman works there to his inside, he's going to slide it through 1 and 2, but Chapman's going to get the run. There off turn 2, down that back straightaway. Bachman's going to try to sling it in there. Chapman's up a little too high. Going to have to try to undercut it. Chapman has a great race going. Oh, no! As Chapman, he finds that infield tire. Caution comes out as Chapman ends up and over, losing the battle there with the infield tire. Chapman giving it all he's got here tonight. Coming here out of turn 3 and 4. You can see he gets up there into that fluff stuff way up there where it kind of levels off here at Lucas Oil. As he comes there out of corner number 4. Bachman also gets a little high coming off corner 4, but he's able to collect it coming down that front straightaway. Chapman then's going to work down here underneath him here in the corner number 1. Going to dive it in hard. Unfortunately, dives it in too early. And when he does so, he heads right for that infield tire. Up and over Chapman's late model goes. Yeah, up into that outside wall. And, oh, man, man. Chapman had such a great night going, and to have it end just like that, that is heartbreaking. Chapman got it fixed, and he's back here in 12. Lights are up. Their single files were under 10 to go. Chapman most likely out of the running for the lead here, but we'll see. As Bachman now has the lead. Coming there off turn 4. Green there in second. As the green flag unfurls, they're back underway here with 3 laps to go, or 5 laps to go, sorry. So they work here in that corner, number 1. Chapman back here, running that high side. He's got to work through traffic now to see if he can improve his finish position. As Billings ends up there at the top side, a little bit of neck code. Oh no, Matt Barber up into the outside wall. Caution comes back out. Hard hit there to the outside wall for Matt Barber. Now you watch him come down that back straightaway. Gonna slide it in there. You see the driver in front of him get up there into that fluff stop. That's the 17, Shane Billings, getting way up there on that level. And everybody kind of checks up, but there's not enough room for everybody behind Billings and Green to check up. And just sends the 16 on up, and he's going to try to collect it. Can't. And man, oh man, what a tough break there for the 16. Yeah, you just watch it explode apart there coming off the wall. iRacing's kind of inconsistent a little bit with their damage model, I would have to say. Lockman still out there in front. Chapman now up there in the 10th. And Barber and Riome are out. Barber's out here. Riome is out, down a lap right now. Not sure what happened to Riome. Oh, here's Riome. Not sure exactly what happened to him. And you see him up there on the top side, and he just pulls it off. They come here out of corner number 4. 2 laps to go. Oh, 3 laps to go, sorry. Misspoke there with Sam Bachman out there in front. Look at him fight for position. Ray Christopherson, man, oh man, what a night he's had here. He is up there in the 3rd, trying to battle for more as they come there off corner. Number 1 and 2, the 28 of Jeff Sharp there. Working now down that back straightaway. Bachman out front, Green 2nd, Christopherson there on that high side in 3rd. Green working underneath of Bachman. Can't quite get there as of yet. Off of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Bachman trying to protect himself here. They go through 3 and 4. Going to protect that slider. Green now going to get a little bit of a run there on the bottom side, but not enough. Sam Bachman gets the win here at Lucas Oil for the GG Drywall Servicing Pro Late Models. Oh man, what a night there for Christopherson. Up 9 position where he started. He started clear back at 12. Got himself up here in the 3rd. Unfortunate night for Zach Chapman as he had a great run going. Just unfortunate that he found that infield tire, and they don't play nice, those infield tires. I was waiting there for Barber to find him, but he didn't. Or not Barber, Bachman, sorry. Bachman to find it, but he didn't. Here comes your results in. Let's take a look at them. Your feature results are going to be Sam Bachman getting that win. Sean Green there in 2nd. Clay Christopherson there 3rd. Jeff Sharp 4th. William Watson 5th. Shane Billings there in 6th. Ryan Elsie there 7th. Jeff Barker in 8th. Matt Barber in 9th. Zach Chapman in 10th. Pat Boyce there in 11th. Scott Riome in 12th. Gary Bazine there in 13th. That is your finishing order. We will get with your winners here. And we'll start with Clay Christopherson there in the number 51. Good evening there, Clay. How's it going? Christopherson, you there?
Yes, sir.
There you are. How's it going tonight?
Pretty good.
Well, we noticed you skipped your heat race, so you ended up starting at the back. What was it like coming up through that field here tonight?
The car was pretty tight at first, and then I kind of got into rhythm, and now the car felt really good. That last restart, it felt really good. I wish I had a few more laps.
Well, I mean, you look like you were gaining on the guys in front, just unfortunately, like you said, not enough laps to really get up there and work out anything, but I mean, still coming up from the back in the third is still a pretty good feat here tonight.
Yeah, like I said, the car felt great, and I mean, we moved up quite a ways, so I can't complain about that.
Well, what was your thoughts on the track here at Lucas Oil tonight?
I think it was fairly racy. Sam said he could go up top at 1 and 2, and I personally was running bottom 1 and 2, and then top 3 and 4. But bottom 3 and 4 seemed like it was coming alive at the end there.
Well, you definitely look great out there. You got sponsors, shout-outs, people we want to thank.
Yeah, all you guys for putting this on, all the guys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block sets.
All right, great job there tonight, and we'll see how it goes for you next week there, Clay.
Thank you, sir.
That's Clay Christopherson, your third place finisher. Now we'll get with Sean Green. Good evening there, Sean. How's it going?
Good, you?
It's going well. How do you think your night's going?
So far, so good. I ended up pretty good there. I'll take that. Second place. I don't come out very often, but I will take that.
Well, you look like you had a great time there tonight, and got that thing up there in the second. Unfortunately, didn't look like you had much left there for Sam, though, out front.
No, Sam had it hooked up good all night long. He was fast, and I had a little line there towards the end there, but it just ran out of time.
Yeah, you guys look like you were battling hard up there at front, and it was great racing all the way around here tonight at Lucas Oil.
Yes, it was.
Well, you got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting second tonight.
I'd like to thank Coast to Coast for putting the league on. Is it G&G Drywall for sponsoring the race here, and then obviously you for broadcasting here, and then that's about it.
Alrighty, well, hopefully you can carry some of this momentum into next week as the season progresses here at Coast to Coast.
Yes, I hope so.
So you have a great night and a better weekend.
Thank you.
That's Sean Green. I'll get with the man of the hour, Sam Bachman, in victory lane here tonight. Good evening there, Sam. How's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How about you?
It's going well. Are you the one that won big blocks, or who couldn't Shaggy chase down?
Oh, that was me. I mean, someone was talking to me after the race, and I totally spaced it out. So that's kind of me. I told Shaggy came in our Discord, and I told him I was sorry or whatever. But yeah, I totally spaced it out.
Got a little spaced out after your big block win, and come in here to get the win here in the Pro Late Models tonight.
Oh, yeah, I just tried to run the same line as I did in the big blocks and 358s or whatever, and it felt like it was pretty good or whatever, so I kind of just tried to stick to that, and got a little lucky with Shaggy or whatever hitting that tire or whatever, which kind of sucks. Him and I were having a pretty good battle or whatever, throwing sliders, but it is what it is, I guess. But it was a good race overall. It was pretty fun battling with Shaggy when we did those 7 laps or whatever.
Well, the way you two were throwing sliders, I think there might have been a few viewers trying to take bets on who was going to be the first to catch that infield tire.
Yeah, there was a couple times I was getting pretty close to it, and I know I hit it a couple times in practice or whatever, but I was trying to get it out of the way for the feature and all that. So, but yeah, you kind of had to get pretty down there and kind of throw a slider or whatever, but yeah, it was kind of sketchy sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Shaggy TV, he was definitely giving it his all tonight.
Oh yeah, yes he was.
You think had he not gotten up into that higher stuff on that, turn 3 and 4, you think it might have been a little bit different race.
Oh yeah, but 3 and 4 it's just always feels like it's always up top. 1 and 2, I mean, it's a little different. Sometimes it's the top, sometimes it's the middle, sometimes it's the bottom. But I mean, all the lines in 1 and 2 felt pretty good. I just wish there was something on the bottom of 3 and 4 or whatever.
Yeah, it seemed like you had a fine line to run through 3 and 4 to where you didn't want to get way, too far up to where it leveled off. You wanted to be right on that cushion if you could.
Yeah, and it's pretty flat up there, so I mean, there's really not a good cushion, I would say, but I mean, it's considered a cushion, but it's really a flat cushion, and if you go over, it's going to make you pay for it.
Not quite as bad as Lernerville's, though.
Yeah, definitely. Lernerville, you're gone.
Now, Lernerville, you jump that cushion, you're going for a ride.
Yes, sir.
Man, it was a fun night tonight, and you got sponsors, shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting that victory?
Oh, yeah, all the boys over at FTM. Gunnar at Swan Speed Shop. He's really been working hard on the dig. Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, GG Drywall Services, Shaggy TV, obviously, U2 Flieger for doing the broadcast, and Coast Coast.
All right, great job there tonight, Sam, and we'll see how it goes next week for you. You have yourself a great night and a better weekend.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right, that's Sam Bachman. They're getting the win tonight in both the big blocks and the pro late models. Thank you all for tuning in here to Coast Racing Network and over at Flinger Farm TV if you did. And we will catch you tomorrow night at Flinger Farm TV. We take on more Friday night short track racing with the SRA Racing League. So don't be afraid to miss that. As tonight we see all here that we had with us the Coast to Coast Thursday Night Thunder. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week here at Coast to Coast.